Assalamu alaikum and good morning everyone. I hope you are doing great and I'm fine too. Welcome back to the class of Social Studies. In this class, we are going to continue our previous chapter. So let's get started. So here comes the chapter which we started in our last class, and that was Pakistan after independence. The name of the chapter is Pakistan after independence, which is our chapter number 5, and it is on page number 82 of your social studies book. Many of the things we have learned from this chapter and many of the things we will learn in today's class. Here are some bullets to learn, and these include what happens on 14th August, why do we celebrate 14th August, problems during separation of India and Pakistan, problems faced by Pakistan after separation, Kashmir issue, East Pakistan issue, few things that make Pakistan embarrassed, and few things that make Pakistan feel proud, our national hero Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So we have covered so far what happens on 14th of August and why do we celebrate 14th August, problems during separation, problems after separation. Now we are going to continue our lecture from Kashmir issue. Kashmir is a place that is really beautiful. So here comes the Kashmir issue, and this is how the flag of Kashmir looks like, and this is the map. In the map you can observe this is Pakistan, this is India, and this is China. The Kashmir is located in between these three countries, and because it is so beautiful, so these countries are still fighting to get the portion of Kashmir. Here come some of the problems which happened suddenly after separation of India and Pakistan. So a kind of war broke out. Kashmir had a Muslim majority, and but it was ruled by Hindu Maharaja. Muslims wanted to join Pakistan, but Hindu Maharaja joined India. So that is why this issue could not resolve, and this is the issue that is still unresolved.
In 1947, Britain prepared to end nearly a century of rule over the Indian subcontinent and its 390 million people. Hindus were concentrated in central and southern India, Muslims in Bengal and the northwest. A British commission divided the territory into majority Muslim Pakistan and majority Hindu India. In the chaos that followed partition, 15 million people fled across the new borders and 500,000 died in rioting. 4 border regions saw the worst of it: Sindh, Bengal, Punjab, and Jammu and Kashmir. Among India's 565 princely states, only Jammu and Kashmir had a Hindu Maharaja ruling over a majority Muslim population. India claimed the Maharaja decided to join India. Pakistan disputed this. In October, Pashtuns from Pakistan's northwest frontier province invaded Kashmir with the support of Pakistan's government. In October of 1947, the Maharaja left Srinagar. Indian troops were airlifted in, but were ill prepared for the cold and altitude. Pakistan responded with its own campaign, and India approached the United Nations to broker a ceasefire, which went into effect on January 1, 1949, establishing a line of control, but no final border. In 1962, China attacked India in the Aksai Chin region of Kashmir, easily defeating India's poorly equipped Himalayan troops. China retains control of the Aksai Chin today. 3 years later, encouraged by China's success, Pakistan sent troops across the line of control dressed as Kashmiri locals. The fighting proved brief and inconclusive. On September 22nd, both sides agreed to a UN-backed ceasefire.
Here comes another problem, that is East Pakistan issue. This is the map in which we can observe the positions of India, Pakistan, West Pakistan and East Pakistan and Kashmir, from which we are going to consider only West Pakistan and East Pakistan. Now you can see When the subcontinent was divided, the base of division was majority of the religion. Now those areas of subcontinent where Muslim was in majority, that was included in Pakistan, and where Hindus were in majority, that was included as India. So here you can see that in West Pakistan there was a majority of Muslims. Then there is a big piece of land of India where Hindus were in majority, and after that you can observe here East Pakistan where again the majority of Muslims was there. Now what was the issue? Issue was territory was in two parts. You can observe here West Pakistan and East Pakistan. So territory was in two parts, and that distance is not a short distance, 1,000 miles apart from one another. And differences developed due to wrong policies. Wrong policies were made, and due to which the differences developed. So that is why the East Pakistan declared its independence in 1971 and named as Bangladesh.
Another brief war broke out over East Pakistan in 1971, this one conclusive. East Pakistan seceded, 10 million refugees streamed into West Bengal, and with India's help, Bangladesh was born. In 1999, after both India and Pakistan had successfully tested nuclear weapons, full-scale war was barely avoided when Pakistan tried to seize the Kargil region of Indian-controlled Kashmir. At one time, an average of one Pakistani soldier every 4 days and one Indian soldier every other day died at the Siachen Glacier, and the terrorist attacks in Mumbai in November 2008 were reportedly planned by senior members of Lashkar-e-Toiba, which Pakistan created to fight Indian domination of Kashmir, and which India accuses of terrorist atrocities all over India.
Here comes another important segment of our chapter, and that is few things that make Pakistan embarrassed. Dear kids, when we look at the 50 years of Pakistan's life after independence, we find that our country has made remarkable progress in many areas. But on the other hand, we are far behind many other countries of the world in many important fields. There are things which could have been far better than they are now. For example, no proper roads, as you can feel or observe in this picture, no proper sanitation. When we use this word sanitation, that indicates drinking water, and you know better that we do not have proper drinking water, especially if we talk about the village life. No proper housing in many areas or cities, no basic necessities of life. If we talk about the villages, villages lack basic medical care. Most of the people are still illiterate. And here are some other problems, and these include no primary schools for half of our children. Very little science and technology have been done and achieved. Unemployment is there, many of the people are jobless in our country. Poverty is there, corruption is there, and disagreements and fights among the people and leader. You see, we have modern airports, a great number of industries, motorways, computers, high-rise buildings and plazas, and a modern communication network and all other facilities of modern life in some parts of our country. But many areas in our country do not have proper roads, proper sanitation, proper housing. Most of our people do not have the basic necessities of life. A large number of our people still do not have proper drinking water even today. We have modern hospitals and clinics equipped with latest machines in some areas, while millions of the people in our villages still lack basic medical care. Even after half a century, most of our people are illiterate. We have many institutions of higher learning, but there are no primary schools for half of our children. No doubt that there are many problems, but a lot of things have changed since 1947. So here are few things that make Pakistan proud. And the best example you can observe in the background. Apart from this, we are a nuclear power and our armed forces are much stronger and well equipped. Our industry, agriculture, irrigation, communication have been improved, and many of the laurels have been won by our country. So, there are quite a few things which really make us proud to be Pakistanis. So, these include we are a nuclear power now, and our armed forces are much stronger and well equipped to defend our country. Our industry, agriculture, irrigation, communication have been improved and expanded greatly. In many fields such as education, science, medicine, economics, finance, sports, and arts, Pakistan has produced a great number of men and women who have won laurels for the country. Now we are going to talk about the founder of the Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and unfortunately he died suddenly after the separation. Within a year he was died in 1948. What he said once to the Pakistani nation, let's see. Although he has given us many of the lessons, but he once said that there are many examples in the history of young nations building themselves up by sheer determination and force. You have to develop the spirit of character. You have to develop the spirit of mujahids. You are a nation whose history is full with the tales of heroism and bravery. Live up your traditions and add another chapter of glory in the history. So students, despite all the failings and weaknesses, Pakistan today is much better than what it was in 1947, and we should hope that the things will change and change for the better. But the road to progress is not easy. We all have to work hard with honesty and dedication to make our country stronger and prosperous for the generations to come. So here we are winding up our lecture. In today's lecture, many of the things we have learned, especially about Kashmir issue, East Pakistan issue, and the things which make Pakistan feel proud and embarrassed. So thank you so much. I hope you have understood all of the things. And as always, I recommend you to read your books properly and highlight the important lines. So thank you so much. Take care. Inshallah, we shall meet in the next class.